It's such a nice day outside. The sun is shining. I'm so happy. So let's review a figure from one of the saddest animes I've watched in the last year. Hey guys, so as you might see, the setup is a bit ghetto today because I'm not reviewing a Nendoroid, and normally I review Nendoroids and they fit in the frame and the box fits and it's all good, but today's a little bit different. I am reviewing something that I'm so excited to have in my collection, and it's going to be in another video of mine, and I don't put these videos out always at the same time, so you might have already seen it on my channel, but this is my unboxing video of it. And this is from an anime that I kind of got into really late, a little too late unfortunately. It is from Banana Fish, and I got into this anime about a year after it came out, maybe a little more than a year. So all the figures had already been released, were already sold out everywhere, and as you can guess with any anime that's popular and doesn't get a ton of figures, they were already super price gouged and super price inflated online. So I have my ways of getting stuff. I mean, being in Canada, there's lots of stores that sell anime figures in Canada, and they are dealers, but Canada just has a lot less people, there's a lot less traffic, so often, sometimes Canadian retailers will actually still have things in stock that are worth a lot on eBay, and they'll just have like one or two lying around that they've, you know, whatever. So I got this from a place that I go to a lot. They're actually an official Good Small Company dealer, and they're really great. So I emailed them because I saw they posted on their Instagram. They had a few left. I snatched it up and I posted it on MFC in the comment sections of this figure. I gave the website link and I'm like, I think they have a few left. I checked the next day and it was completely gone, so yeah. This one goes for about $400 Canadian on eBay, which is actually surprisingly one of the cheaper Banana Fish figures. I mean, the one that is I think an RTFX J goes for like $1,000, the Nendoroid's going for like $600 or something crazy, and then of course the beautiful one by I believe Mega House goes for quite a lot as well. This is one of the cheaper ones. This one was $200 retail Canadian, and it goes for about $450 to $500 I think online, but it was $200 originally. And that's if you bought it without the ring. Now you could buy, there's a ring that comes with it. I don't know if it's gold or gold plated or if it has an emerald in it. It's a very expensive ring, and you can kind of display it with the figure. That's why it's called statue and ring style. I don't care that much for jewelry. I actually don't even wear gold jewelry. I'm a silver jewelry person, so I would never wear it. It's kind of a cool collectible to have, but it's not something I would ever buy, so I just bought the figure. I feel like I'd lose it. I'd pass it down, they'd be like, this was your great weeaboo grandmother's ring. Oh my god, could you imagine, right? You pass it up like this is your inheritance. I'm really excited, and I feel like I got a deal on it, even though this is the retail price that I got it for, but I feel like I snatched it. I feel like I got a steal. I feel like I'm on TLC's Extreme Cheapskates, like living the life on Troom mode, on 5-minute crafts mode. I'm like out here life hacking. I felt so smart. I'm like, yes, I'm in the underground like computer, like it's just me on my computer, even though it's just because like no one cares about Canada, so sometimes that has an advantage. Do we get none of the Netflix shows that you guys get? Yes. Do we not get a lot of the cool stuff that you guys get? Yes, but I'm able to sometimes pick up merchandise that has been forgotten. So that is why we are here today. As you can see, it has a beautiful box. Actually, you know what? Girl, I'm not gonna lie. The box is a little underwhelming. I don't care about the box. Never mind. It has a box though. So this is by Freeing. Now I know Freeing mainly does the really big 1/4 scale bunny girls, like they do most of those. And I don't buy them because I personally don't enjoy sexualized figures. I just don't want those in my collection. Power to the people who buy them, I'm just not into them. They're also like $400, and also it's just like, I don't need to explain more things than I already do when people walk into my room. If you know what I mean, like I would have more splaining to do. And I already have lots of splaining to do, so it's like, you know, I don't need to like burden myself more with that. So, this is the figure, and the box is pretty basic. We have a picture. I do enjoy the yellow with the contrast of the black. It's very, oh my god, do you know what's funny? I was gonna say it's very New York because it takes place in New York, but it reminds me of New York fries. I don't know if they have that in America, which they should because it's named after a place in America, but New York fries. That's all I'm thinking of when I look at this. Smell that, boys? That's the new figure smell. It's like a new car. Oh god. Oh, so loud. Okay. She has been released. So there's the rose. It's just made of like a standard, I don't know, plastic, I guess. And it's kind of a hard one, so it's not like bendy, so I'd be careful about breaking it. But it feels like sturdy enough, you know what I mean? So here you go. This is for you. Oh my god, it's like in The Bachelor. Or was it The Bachelorette? Here, will you accept this rose from me? Reach out and take it. Please, accept this rose. I think you're really cool. Then we have this bow. I don't know why I'm like, I just don't love it. I just like everything is really matte, so then having this metallic piece kind of like throws me a bit. But you can just give him the rose. You don't have to give him the bow, which is what I like. There's kind of a few options for posing his hand. Then we have this, which is the hand for holding, the holding hand. So we have the holding hand. This is kind of interesting because I think the nails are meant to be like painted like they're human nails. Like he doesn't have his nails painted, but they're painted like so they differentiate from the finger color. But it does kind of look like he's rocking like a muted purple nail polish, which by the way, I think is cool. Like I would love that nail polish, but I think it's meant to just look like a human nail, but it's a little bit like purple. I feel like it should be more pink than purple, if that makes sense. If that's what they were going for, which I'm pretty sure is what they were going for because I don't remember Ash wearing nail polish during the scene where he's wearing the suit. So cool little hand, and I'll have to check his other hands for that. Maybe it's just this one, but I don't know. Maybe I'm colorblind, but like, I swear, that looks purple to me. Here is the base. It is pretty basic. I mean, it's, you know, there are bases like I have that are like almost part of the figure. They're very dynamic, and then there are bases like this where it's just like, you know, a flat piece of plastic with some color and like a bit of writing on it. But I kind of like this. I feel like it works for the general style of the figure, and it's not just like a black base or a clear base, so I appreciate it. It's got some cute little, it's kind of like a brown almost, and it has cute little bow. It says Ash Lynx, and then it has like the kind of name of the I guess statue. Alright, now time for the figure itself. I'm very excited, obviously. So, ooh, he is heavy. Wow, he's taller than I thought he would be. So this is a 1/7 scale, which is bigger than most of my figures, which I feel like are 1/8. He's a man, so I think he just is a little bit, you know, the 1/7 scale of him versus most of my figures that are female are a little smaller than this. This one's quite tall. It's quite like, you know, it has a presence, if that makes sense. The pose is extremely dramatic, and I really like it. It has a lot of movement. You can see his tailcoat moving, his kind of legs are stood in a certain way with one foot kind of lifted up, and he's got his hand kind of dramatically pushing his hair back. It's really great. It totally looks like out of like some alternate art that would have been done for like the manga, or I don't know. I don't know what art this spawns from. I know that he is wearing this suit at one point, but it has a lot of movement, and you can really see that in the coat and in the pants, just the way they've really done the outfit. But you can't see a lot of his face, and I think that's the point of the figure. You just get this dramatic eye and the hair and everything, but it is kind of unfortunate that you can't really grasp, you know, the whole face, because there's a lot hiding, if that makes sense. You know, a lot of his hair is kind of behind, and you're posing this figure kind of from, almost from an angle, like, you'd be posing it like you're not really going to get to see all the detail in the front when you pose it, right? Like there's some wonderful shading on this little vest and this like tie and then like a little pin and lovely like scaffolding on the shirt. This looks great. But you're really not going to see that when you pose it, right? And I think that's why they put so much detail into the jacket, but it's mainly black. Like there's not a lot of color variation that you're getting here. So it kind of all blends in, and the detailing isn't as noticeable as it is on the front. So you're not really going to get all of that in displaying unless you choose to have his head completely turned away. I really love how dramatic it is, because this banana fish, it's like a tragic, dramatic story. So it works because Ash is just this tragic and dramatic character, like this beyond this world character. So I feel like this pose really works for him, and it's kind of dramatic, it's sad, but it's also powerful. So I really like it for a lot of those reasons. I feel like it really conveys the character of Ash. It kind of brings me back to when I'm watching that episode, because it puts me in a specific place in the anime, whereas a lot of other figures are very much just general. This puts me back to a certain scene. And, you know, obviously if you've watched it, you know kind of what goes down. So it actually is one of the very few figures I own that kind of evokes some sort of like emotion from me, because I look at it, I think of that scene, and I remember the series, and I remember what I love about it and what made me sad about it. I don't normally go on this in depth in a figure, but I feel like it is important because people often don't remember that, you know, they think collecting figures and watching anime is kind of just a nerdy, childish hobby, but to me, I'm watching some art that somebody, you know, the manga itself, I'm watching something that somebody created and they put their soul into, and I'm watching the story unfold, and it's the same thing as watching like a Quentin Tarantino movie to some people, which I love Quentin Tarantino, so I'm not saying like, you know, whatever. Or it's the same thing as like looking at a painting for other people. So for me, being able to own something like this that takes me to a place in that piece of art that I consumed is meaningful to me. And so when I have something like this, I really enjoy it when it's, you know, done like this, because Nendoroids I like because I like the show and they're cute and they're fun to take pictures of. When I get a scale figure, I don't get many. I really don't, and I don't spend a lot because they're so expensive, right? Honestly, no, Nendoroids are starting to get up there in price, but yeah, it takes me to a place in the anime, which is really new for me. I don't have any other figure that does this, that makes me actually think of the character that somebody wrote and the story. So this is one of my favorite figures because it brings me to that scene and it brings me, you know, to that place. And I think that's really incredible. I don't think a lot of figures do this. It'll just be like the character, it'll be generic, well done, but it's not really based on a specific scene, and I wish more anime figures did this, because if they did it from like a super impactful scene, I'd love to be taken back there and see that conveyed in a sculpted form. I think it's really wonderful. So sorry to get kind of lame or nerdy or, you know, girl, it's not that deep. I know, I just like, you know, I like talking about this. This is my hobby, I really enjoy. And I do love figures that do that. I would love to see more figures that are not just like, hey, here's this character in their uniform and they're smiling and they're running, or they have their weapon. I'd love to see like, this is from this specific scene and we're portraying that in this sculpted form. And that's how I feel this figure is. On to the actual review. His shoes have a really nice gloss, which I really enjoy. This is a really nice contrast to all the matte. And his nails are also kind of glossed. And he has some really great just movement in general. His skin looks really nice and the design of his hands looks great. They really put a lot of attention there. As well, I think the eyes look good, and I think in general the shading on the suit is minimal, but it's effective. I really enjoy just the shoes. I really think they look great, they stand out, and the way his pants kind of fall on his legs, I think it's so impressive the way they've sculpted the suit. I'm going to try and do this off camera. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I just don't know how I'm going to do this on camera. I struggled for about half an hour to get him on the space. So if you get this figure, I just felt like I was gonna break it, right? And I managed to get his foot, but it's this foot. It would not, like, it's like the pegs would not line up. So, you know, beware of that. I got him on. He seems like sturdy in there. I'll probably never take him off because that took me forever and I was like so afraid I was gonna like snap a leg off, and I was like, I'm going to like cry. Let's get the rose. So I'm gonna interchange the hand. I think what I just do is I just pull it out. Oh my god. I pull it out like this. There we go. It's kind of satisfying. And I place this one in there. There we go. Really easy. Comes out easy. And then I can just, I don't know. I think the rose goes this way. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So now he is holding the rose. That kind of slides in pretty easily. There's just a tiny little hole. Put it through. And to get this bow on, and the bow actually has a nice detail where you can see the end of the stem, so it's not just like randomly on the end of the rose. And I think I just attach that to the rose. How do I do that? Is it like this? Okay, there we go. That is really easy. I do appreciate how easy they made. The hand comes right out, you put it right in, and all this kind of comes together nicely. And we have this wonderful bow, and then if you want something more simplistic, and then we can just have him simply holding a rose, which I actually like this pose better. I think I'll keep him like this. And he poses like this, basically, because I'm just going based off of how the base lines up. I'm assuming that you're supposed to be facing the bow with his name. And then we have this beautiful figure. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you have an amazing day. I hope you subscribe if you haven't. Please consider. If not, thank you for stopping by. And you know, if you like the video, that also helps a lot. You'll be like one of 10 people, so you'll be really special. Yeah, it does mean a lot to me that you have popped by, taken time out of your day to watch me talk about my hobby. And you know, please comment what you would like to see next. Or just comment at all. I like comments. I don't get a lot of them, as I'm a pretty small, tiny channel. So I really don't get a lot of comments. Make sure to check out my Instagram, Miki the Human. I will link it down below, and also my photography account as well. I post a lot of pictures of my Nendoroids and, you know, just fun, wholesome stuff. And you can see when the next video is coming up if you're interested in that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. And if you're hunting for a figure or you need any sort of advice on how to get figures, feel free to message me on my Instagram. I'm kind of pretty in the community and I don't get a lot of, you know, I feel like this channel has so small viewers, it's not like I'll be overwhelmed. So if you are like wondering where to buy Nendoroids or you have any questions like that, feel free to message me through Instagram. I'm always happy to help new collectors. So, actually, I should probably make a video about that, so you don't have to. So thank you guys so much. Have a nice day. And check out my other video. I did an ASMR video just kind of for fun. It's a little awkward, but it's kind of fun if you like ASMR and you like cute things. So thank you guys so much again, and I hope you have an amazing day. Alright, see you later.